Hey guys, it's Naim now. I think it's week 6, and this week's poem is kind of different from the ones I did before, where it's something I could research. Whereas this one is quite modern, and took a lot for me to quite grasp, because I didn't actually know some of the terms, and I had to reread it quite a few times to fully get the picture. Also, I'm gonna just for the sake of it, I'm gonna mention this year. If any of you support United, Man United, right? We may. Now we're not gonna win the title this year, but I just want to say big shout out to bold fraud, as my younger brother says, because Eric Ten Hag has transformed Man United, but you can never appease fans. But then again, they were never fans to begin with. They're armchair fans, as I like to call my younger bro. Know nothing about the game, but yeah. Alright, let's get into it.
Words for the Sri Lanka Tourist Office by Indran Amirthanayagam. Forgive me for the pronunciation. The king cobra slides through our jungles, and tucked in bushes by the riverbanks, the grand Cabaragoya holds court among lizards. But if you want to swim at Mount Lavinia, or fly kites at Gull Face Green, or ride horse carts in the Jaffna Peninsula, or your ancestors, or bear a child in Colombo General Hospital, or sleep in Cinnamon Gardens under a mango tree, or beg in the Barillo Market, or ride for historical reasons on patrol boats in the bay, or stilt fish off Matara down south, just remember here everywhere. There is only one, there is only man burning, and woman burning. Here everywhere, in shallow graves, in deep graves, floating out of salt water, washing down the sands. The dead have tongues, the dead have ears. Tongues are speaking to ears. What are they saying? What are they saying? Tell us, brown bear, bolting out of your cave. Tell us, leopard, leaning on your branch. Tell us, flamingos, bend your necks and pour wine. Pour wine. Hoopoes, kingfishers, cranes. Have you got your messages on the bill? Are you ready to sing? Are you going to sing? Monsoon. Are you going to sing? Monsoon. Are you going to sing? Monsoon. Monsoon.
Right, nice. Now that I've read it, I just want to point out what I've understood from it. Now, I was confused at first as to what it's about, but like I said, I've read it a few times, and line by line I kind of understand what it's saying. So, for example, when you think of Sri Lanka, you think of vibrant southeastern colours, greens, oranges, reds, the richness, and not just the richness of nature, but also the richness in wildlife. For example, the good old king cobra, the good old Cabaragoya or something. My eyes, because of the light, is messing with my eyes, so I can't quite read everything. The lizards, Mount Lavinia, all these markets, all the bazaar, the rivers, the cinnamon gardens. I think what the poet is trying to say is, listen, we have all these beautiful things here. We have everything in our country, in our cities, in our metropolis. But don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Now, I'm not sure if the poet is actually making a political point, because further down the poet says, there is only man burning and women burning, here everywhere, in shallow graves, in deep graves. Now, I don't know if that's referencing something that's happened in Sri Lanka in the however many years. And if there is, I've been, under a rock. I'm aware there was, the Bengal famine, but I don't know if there was anything specific to Sri Lanka. But it could be a general point saying, listen, don't be fooled at all the luxuriousness, all the beautiful things you see here, all the flamingos, all the what was it? And this is the first time I ever heard of the term hoopos and kingfishers, which ironically, it doesn't sound like a bird, but they are birds. Don't be fooled. The calamity, I don't know, I was going to say calumny. The calamity of being human is everywhere. I are going to perish. So don't be fooled by all this wonderful stuff if you're traveling to our country. If you're just a tourist here, there is some deep troubles that, from the surface level you can't quite understand as a tourist, but as a local, stuff happens. And I think, a lot of people travel to different countries, but travel is just go to your typical touristy sites and take pictures and selfies and put it on your Insta and think, oh yeah, that's it. Whereas really, I think to actually experience what it's like to be in a country is to really go to rundown cafes, to go to some dodgy alleyway, to go to some corner shop. The most daily, everyday stuff is what it feels like to be part of that country. Because even in London, if millions of people come to London, and it's like, going to the London Eye or Madame Tussauds isn't experiencing London. It just feels like a touristy thing to do. To experience London, I would say, is to occasionally go to really local areas and meet different people of different backgrounds, but more everyday stuff as opposed to typical touristy attractions. But the ending did catch me off again, so I'm not entirely sure if this is referencing a political point that's happened in Sri Lanka and pertains to that country specifically, because towards the end the poet says, monsoon, are you going to sing? Monsoon, are you going to sing? Monsoon, monsoon. I'm not sure if there was a massive sort of catastrophic event that happened. I could have researched a bit more, but I'm not too sure if that's referencing something that's happened, or again, don't be fooled at all the sun, all the vibrant stuff. We have our downfalls as well. A monsoon it belongs in tropical places like Southeast Asian countries like Sri Lanka. For all the flamboyant hot weather, you get the terrible torrential downpour of rain and lightning and monsoons and perhaps even tornadoes, hurricanes, etc. But it's hard to tell. And by the way, I had to Google some of these terms because there's like the Jaffna Peninsula cities that I've never heard of. Cinnamon Gardens, gorgeous places. But then of course Colombo General Hospital, again, like the reality of life, the daily struggles of just don't be distracted by all the lights. So I think from what I've taken away from it, is quite like a direct pointed conversation for the tourist. Be more attentive. Be more attentive is how I interpret it. Alright, I'll see you next week, and hopefully I can do something in addition to, I don't know, maybe I can change the style up a bit. I'm kind of randomly picking poems from Poetry Foundation, because that they help a lot. Maybe I can pick genres, maybe I can pick from different authors, but they have a poem of the day section, and I kind of like going through their poems because it gives a random selection, but I don't know if there's a specific angle I want to take. If you have any to recommend that I analyze or react to, please let me know, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.